Alright, how's it going, guys? Today I'm going to teach you guys about Git and GitHub and how you can use GitHub and Git to create projects, whether you're working by yourself, with a team, or like at a company. No matter what you're doing, I think using version control in general is very important because you're tracking everything that you're doing. And you have the ability to create new features without, impacting important code that into your project, and you can, just play around with code much easier. And it's a great tool to have in your arsenal. So first, you want to go to GitHub, make an account if you don't already have one, and you're going to create a new repository. Or you can do this from an existing one as well. It doesn't really matter, but I'm going to create a new one just so you understand the base of it all. I'm gonna make it private just cause, and I'm gonna add a readme to it. So now I have this new repository, and if it's an existing one, you can still follow the same steps from this point on. I'm gonna clone it. So I'm gonna copy this to my clipboard, and I'm gonna open up my terminal/IDE. So I use integrated terminal in VS Code. You guys can do this too, or you can use regular terminal, it doesn't really matter. And I'm gonna just go to my desktop because that's where I want the repository to be. So I'm in my desktop. Git. So make sure you have Git downloaded. You can check by doing Git, and all this will pop up, all these commands. But I have it downloaded and added to my path, and you should do that too. So if I do git clone, which pretty much means like take the repository link from online and put it onto my personal account. So I'm gonna put that link that I just copied and git clone it. It's cloning test project. So what it's gonna do is make a whole folder in my desktop right here, I think. Yeah, test project right there. So let me go into that, and in there should just be my readme file and nothing else. Yep, readme.md. So now say I have this, I just took someone's repository from online, or I just took my own, and now I want to add code to it. I want to add new features. So let's do that. What I'm going to do first is create a new file called hello.py. Let's just say it's going to open up here, and just for the sake of it, let me open up the readme as well. There you go. So I have both these files that are in my repository. So let's make some changes to this. So say in the readme, I want to let people know that this project is for a video. And then let me go to hello.py, and let's say I want to add, this is my program, so I want to print hello world to the screen. And let me also print 2 + 9 to the screen. So now that, say I just made a bunch of changes, this is also obviously a small scale. I just want to teach you guys how to use version control, not actually code, but this project for a video, I made about like 3 changes in the whole entire repository. So I'm going to save it all. Now this is where Git comes in. So first, just do git status. Just anytime, at any point you need to see, just to have an understanding of where you are within Git or within your program. So right now it says I modified readme, and I have an untracked file called hello.py. It's untracked because if you guys remember, I just made this file in my ID at GitHub before. From here, they don't know about hello.py. They only know about readme. That's why readme is, they realized that I modified it, but they didn't even know hello.py existed. So how do we change that? So if I do git add, what this does is git add, it pretty much puts any file that I put here, so say I put hello.py, it puts it into a staging field, so it's ready to be committed onto the web or into my repository online. So say I switched 2 files, so I could do git add hello.py and readme.md, but you could also just do git add period, and that adds all the files into a staging place. So if I do git status now, as you can see, that changes to be committed I modified readme, and I have a new file called hello.py. So I just changed those two files, and now the real step comes in, which is where you commit. So git commit is going to put these changes onto my repository or into my master branch. So I'm gonna add. You can add a little message into it so that when people read this online on GitHub, you'll see later they can have an understanding of what you did. So let's say I added hello.py and changed readme, which is what I did, right? So I'm just gonna let them know I did that. So I just committed. So as you can see on the master branch, I added hello.py and changed readme. 2 files changed, 6 insertions, 1 deletion. Now to make this go here, how do I do that? So I literally just do git push. Now sometimes this command won't always work. Sometimes it'll give you another command to run, so just copy and paste that command. I'll show you in a bit what I mean by that. But yeah, git push, and that'll push all the changes you made onto the web magically. So let me refresh. And there you go. 2 commits and hello.py appeared. So let's look at the commits. I added hello.py and changed readme, exactly what I put in my terminal, and it even tells you what I did. Print 2 + 9, print hello world. This project is for a video. So everything that you changed. Now you can imagine that if you're working on a company project or something, how like crucial this would be to see the changes and deletions that a certain person made on a repository. And that brings me to my next topic, which is branching. So say I'm working on, with a team and or on a company's repository. Say this is like Google's repository, and this is like their search engine, right? I don't want to mess this up, but I want to play around with it, right? I don't want to mess it up though. So I'm going to clone it like the same way I did before. And I'll end up here with 2 files, readme and hello. And this is their search engine, let's say. Let me just clear this terminal real quick. Oops, I did not mean to do that. So I'm going to clear the terminal. So I just cloned this whole project. And now I look at branch. I'm in master. And I don't want to be in master. So I'm going to create a new branch. What a branch is pretty much... when I create a new branch, I'm pretty much cloning master and just using it all its functionality, but I can now add stuff to it without affecting the actual code in master and messing anything up. Usually companies have ways to like make sure that you don't do that anyways, but this is good practice in general to make sure you don't mess with master. So I'm gonna create a new git branch called tester, and if I do git branch again, I can see that I created a new branch called tester, but the asterisk is still next to master, which means I haven't entered tester's branch yet. So let me enter real quick. So git, you have to do git checkout. So you're pretty much checking out tester. So now if I do git branch again, I'm in tester. Now any changes I make won't affect master and it won't affect the actual repository. So it won't make actual real changes yet. So let's say I'm feeling crazy and I want to add new functionality that multiplies 2 numbers. And I also want to add 2 times 0. I don't know what I'm doing really. This is just random code. And then let's save that. So I just saved these changes. Now I'm going to add this. So instead of doing periods, since I only changed 1 file, let me just do hello.py. So now if I do git status, I did gut status. Git status, it tells you that I modified hello.py, and that's true, I did. So let me just commit this, and I'm gonna put a message, and let's just pretend I'm working at a company, and it says tested and added 2 new features. There you go. I'm gonna commit that, and I'm gonna push it. But now this is what I was talking about earlier. When I do git push, it doesn't work because I'm in a different branch and I need to let it know that I'm in a different branch and I'm pushing to a different branch. So I'm going to copy this. It's much easier just to copy this after you type in git push and paste that. So what it's pretty much saying is git push, but set what I'm pushing to online to tester, not master. So let me do that. And now if we can go on to github.com, you can see that. So since I own this account, it says compare and pull requests. But if say you didn't own the account and like you work at Google and your boss was like, yeah, you just made a change on tester and you wanted to send it to your boss to for him to review the code and whatnot, this is what it would look like to him, and he'd click on this, he'd be like, you pretty much just made a pull request to change code of the master branch, but this is your own branch that you want to merge onto the master branch. It's kind of confusing, but once you get the hang of it, you'll understand. So it pretty much tells him, okay, this guy just tested and added 2 new features. This is exactly what he did. He added 9 times 9 and 2 times 0. And now this is me creating a pull request. So I'm pretty much asking my boss, hey, I made these changes. Can I please add them onto the master branch? Because I feel like this will help the company's program, whatever. And as you can see, this branch has no conflicts with the base branch, which is good. And now once I press this button, merge pull request, what it's going to do is it's going to pretty much take whatever changes that I made in tester and put it into master, and now that's going to be into production. So there you go. Pull request successfully merged and closed. Now tester is completely useless to me now because obviously tester is now everything I did in tester is on master. So why would I need tester? So it even tells me that I can delete the branch. And then if I go to my test project, you can see that the new functionality I added is in there. And I'm going to go back. It tells me my commit, and it tells me that this merge pull request happened from this branch. When it happened, and all the details are in there as well. You can roll back at any commit. This is why GitHub is so great. And one final thing you have to remember to do is on your personal computer, you still have to make sure that you keep your repository up to date with what's online. So what does that mean? So git branch, as you can see, I deleted tester, but here it's not deleted. So we got to make sure we delete that. The way to delete it is you have to make sure you're not in the branch you're deleting. So you have to git checkout to master. So now, if I do branch, I'm in the master branch. I'm not in tester anymore. So now I can delete tester. So git branch. Once you start doing these commands a lot, you'll realize how simple it is to navigate Git. And there's a lot more commands that I'm not going to go over, but you don't really need them unless you're doing high level stuff. But these are the good commands to make sure you understand and get down before you go to more advanced stuff. So git branch -d for delete, and then tester. And this is just going to delete the branch. I'm going to make sure that it's deleted. And yes, it is. Now I just have master, but as you can see, there's a problem. Remember the 2 changes I made? I added 2 times 0 and I think 9 times 9. If you look up here where my cursor is in my code, I'm in the master branch and all that code just magically disappeared because master does not know that I merged my tester into master online. So how do I remedy that problem? So let me clear this first. So pretty much if you look online, test project, hello.py, right? I have these 2 lines of code. So since this is master, why doesn't this know yet? Obviously because I haven't communicated with my IDE yet that I made those changes online. I merged. So how do I do that? Is I just do git pull. So when you push, you're pushing your code onto online. When you do git pull, you're taking that new information from online and pulling it into your IDE. That's how I like thinking of it. So git pull. And if you look up where the code is, it's going to magically just bring all those changes back in. So that's pretty cool. And that's really all you really need to know for the basics. I hope you guys found something useful in this video, and I hope you guys, if you have any questions, just let me know, and let me know what you guys want to learn.